Hey there, I'm Nell Stokes, and here we are in December, the final month of 2021. This year we've encountered many difficulties, but we're still moving forward. Some are celebrating the last day of Hanukkah this evening. Others are anticipating celebrating Christmas, Kwanzaa, and the New Year. And there are those who don't embrace any particular traditional celebration, they just live their lives. Of course, I celebrate the spirit of Christmas. A few weeks ago, the topic on our Sunday school lesson was celebrating expectantly. The first line in the introduction read, "Can you recall the carefree days of childhood, specifically the countdown to your birthday?" When I read that line, I thought of my childhood, and I could use the word interchangeably with Christmas. As I thought back to my childhood, there were no carefree days. Every day was a work day except Sunday. My birthday came and went without mention. Of course, Christmas was mentioned because I had to learn my recitation for the Christmas pageant at church. Special gifts for Christmas were never on our schedule in my home. As I sat in Sunday school that morning, I didn't participate as usual. I sat there thinking of my childhood and that of some of my close family members. I also thought about the author of the lesson, who, like a lot of people, believes that all families live the same life. There's a broad brush that's used for everyone. That analogy is so far from the truth, it hurts my heart even now. I know that each and every family is raised differently and celebrate differently, if at all. As a child between 21 months and 10 years of age, our family was one of those. The only special day in our home was Sunday. Every other day was a work day. Yep, there was work and more work. During my childhood, there was nothing special to anticipate. No carefree day. And I'm sure I wasn't alone in the world. There were no Christmas decorations, no Christmas tree, no Christmas gifts. Each day during our days out of school at the end of the year, I spent my time, the time I wasn't working, in my safe place, which was under my house, sitting with my back to the chimney, trying to identify the legs as they walked by in the street. It was there where I found peace, even as a little child. I felt safe sitting under the house alone with my imagination, which was very limited at the time. The Christmas pageant was held the last Sunday in December. After the pageant, the church members sang Christmas carols, and each child received a brown bag with an apple, an orange, a candy cane, and a few mixed nuts. Afterwards, we all went home never to see each other again until next Sunday. The two gifts I received as a young child was a tea set from one of the women my mother worked for, and another lady gave me a black doll with long curly hair. I was never allowed to play with either of them for fear I would break them. Being 80 and up, it allows me to put it all in its proper perspective. My point in sharing this part of my childhood story is a reminder that holidays are very different for every family, and especially for every child. And we all need to take that truth into consideration at all times. In 1972, I became a single parent. I tried to fill the void of the missing person by buying my children everything they wanted for Christmas. It was a holly jolly Christmas all through our house. Early in 1973, I discovered I had maxed out all of my credit. To wit, learning there are serious consequences for my actions. I explained our situation to my family, and a conscious decision was made to celebrate Christmas differently in our household in the future. Not because of any religious beliefs, but because of our economic situation. Taking care of my children and our household needs with my meager income, it took me 10 years to pay the debt from the holly jolly Christmas in 1972. The most important lesson learned from that experience is if you can't pay for it, you shouldn't buy it. In February 1999, we took a 9-day trek to the Holy Land, walking in the footsteps of Jesus. The birth of Jesus resonated with me. I was privileged to visit Nazareth and stand by the well. It is said that the angel of the Lord appeared to Mary and foretold of Jesus' birth. I walked on the cobblestone streets and in the deserts. I experienced a sight to behold when I got to Bethlehem and viewed the place that is perceived to be where Jesus was born. I was in awe of the atmosphere surrounding the site. Even then, it was filled with wonder and delight. At that point, the Christmas story became more real to me. Reading scripture about the birth during our pilgrimage was awe-inspiring. Walking in what was considered the footsteps of Jesus before and after he was born brought the Bible to life for me in an unbelievable way. It allowed me to use my imagination to feel the essence of a time so long ago. To experience the culture in 1999 was a blessing that I have not yet recovered from. Seeing 2,000-year-old stones getting baptized in the River Jordan, touching the Western Wall and leaving a note in a small crack. Having the opportunity to sing in the Church of the Beatitudes. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and he walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. What a blessing. I also sang with others during our devotion before we started our tour each day. All that and so much more helped me to shift my attitude towards Christmas. My trip to the Holy Land allowed me to understand that I had made the correct decision for me and my family. We lived in honesty of what we could afford. It seems that as Christians, We had taken the symbolism demonstrated by the three wise men that brought gifts to the baby Jesus and multiplied it to its highest form, making giving and receiving gifts the most important aspect of Christmas. In my faith tradition, Jesus is the reason for the season. During the end of the year, which is the holiday season for a lot of us, we celebrate joyously that we have made it to the last month of the year, December. We are thankful, hopeful, and excited as we look forward to the brand new beginning of a brand new year. Remember, yesterday is history. Tomorrow, it's a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Thank you for watching and listening to my YouTube channel, 80 and Up. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.